My wife found a stand-in who looked 70% like her dead first love. She began leaving early, returning late, and constantly traveling for work. Until half a year later, she finally asked me for a divorce. I agreed and signed without hesitation. Just before my flight departed, the stand-in texted me, "The job is done. Pay the remaining balance." After I made the final payment, I sat in the departure lounge, blankly watching the night outside. In 1 hour, I would leave this city forever. The group chat kept buzzing. When I opened it, Bai Ningbing had sent cash gifts to the group. She had also sent a voice message. After hesitating, I played it. Her familiar voice came through, softer than I had ever heard it. "Today marks An Lan's and my anniversary. Let's all share in the joy." Our college classmates and mutual old friends all rushed to claim the cash gifts. Blessings flooded the chat, with over 99 messages. Shang Xinci suddenly tagged me. "Not bad. 7 years together. And you're still so lovey-dovey." The others began teasing me too. Slowly, I typed, "We're already divorced." Before I could send it, a notification announced that Bai Ningbing had added a stranger to the group, bringing the conversation to an abrupt halt. Bai Ningbing directly tagged the man with the anime avatar. She announced to everyone, "This is my boyfriend, Wang Dateng. Today is our 6-month anniversary. It has nothing to do with certain people. Do not get the wrong idea." Though my heart had already been hollowed out, Bai Ningbing's icy words still made it ache with bitter pain. The group chat fell terrifyingly silent. I sent my unfinished message, my fingers trembling slightly. "Sorry, everyone. You misunderstood. We divorced this morning. An Lan is not me. My name is Fang Yuan, and Bai Ningbing's current boyfriend is Wang Dateng." Only 3 hours after our divorce, Bai Ningbing could not wait to announce Wang Dateng's existence. After the silence, messages began pouring in again, but everyone was carefully avoiding the issue. Then Bai Ningbing sent a photo of herself embracing and kissing Wang Dateng. Shang Xinci could not stop herself from writing, "Isn't that An Lan? Wasn't he dead?" The moment she sent it, Shang Xinci immediately deleted it, but Bai Ningbing had already seen it and dismissed it. She replied directly, "Yes, perhaps heaven took pity on me. 7 years ago, An Lan left me. 7 years later, it let me meet Wang Dateng. It gave me a chance to make up for a lifelong regret." Aside from Shang Xinci, everyone else avoided saying more. Everyone knew the story between An Lan, Bai Ningbing, and me. Bai Ningbing and I had grown up together. But in romantic Dolly, she met the man she would give her heart and soul to, An Lan. At a flower shop, under warm lights, through the rain-blurred window, I saw them leaning into each other. But Bai Ningbing's parents did not approve. They begged me to bring Bai Ningbing home, because her parents kept trying to pair us together. She became defiant. She hated me more and more. She tricked me into going home with her. She left me waiting in the rain at an abandoned airport all night. She lied that she was stranded on a mountaintop. Then she took all my gear and abandoned me. It took me a full day, a night to walk down from the summit. I faced hypothermia, unbearable hunger, and exhaustion. Black and blue, and covered in wounds, I tumbled down the mountainside. I suffered multiple fractures all over my body. I spent 3 months in the hospital. Yet Bai Ningbing never visited me once in those 3 months. The moment I was discharged, she said she was sick. I ran from pharmacy to pharmacy at midnight. But when I finally arrived, gasping for breath, Bai Ningbing merely leaned over the 3rd-floor balcony and sneered. Just as I thought. My parents sent their little dog. Such an obedient dog. She used this to force me away. She had no idea how desperate I was. At that moment, it did not feel like rain falling on me. It felt like sulfuric acid, melting my love away, drop by drop. The searing pain brought me a little clarity. Just when I wanted to give up, I met An Lan at the beach, as we had arranged. But an accident happened. An Lan died, and I was injured. When I woke and learned An Lan was dead, my first thought was for Bai Ningbing. Unexpectedly, she treated me with unusual tenderness and care, as though she had put An Lan behind her. I sank helplessly into her love. In the 2nd year after An Lan's death, Bai Ningbing and I married. But on our wedding night, Bai Ningbing sat on the bed, holding An Lan's portrait in ashes. Her eyes were crazed with venomous hatred. "You killed An Lan. I will make you suffer for the rest of your life. Since An Lan and I cannot have happiness, you can only ever be with me. You will spend the rest of your life atoning." Later, she filed false complaints and got me fired. She spread rumors until the entire industry blacklisted me. I took a part-time job teaching guitar, but she deliberately let go while I was carrying something heavy, leaving my right hand partially disabled and unable to work. She dressed me like An Lan to humiliate me, then went mad and tore the clothes apart whenever she saw me wearing his things. She trapped me in this cage, forcing me to atone again and again. For 7 years, every wedding anniversary was An Lan's death anniversary. Other couples had candlelit dinners filled with love, but Bai Ningbing burned paper offerings at home, praying for An Lan's soul to rest in peace. She forced me to wear black and repent before An Lan. For 7 years, she never allowed me to touch her. In public, we looked sweet and loving, but whenever we were alone, she would repeatedly wipe the hand I had held with alcohol wipes in disgust, as if I were the most revolting source of infection. In that environment, I became withdrawn and depressed, on the verge of collapse. But I did not leave, because Bai Ningbing's mental state was even worse than mine. Letting her hate me might have been the only thing keeping her alive. I foolishly tried to melt the ice with my devotion, to embrace every venomous thorn covering her body. But instead, the ice froze my burning heart and congealed my blood. My body became covered in poison thorns. The poison had seeped into my heart and lungs. Like a hedgehog curled into itself, I endured her endless cruelty and harm. In the end, those thorns pierced my flesh and flowed through my blood, slowly poisoning and stripping away my bone-deep love for her. By now, I no longer had the strength to love her. A perfect stand-in would be my final blessing to her. We apologize, passengers, due to weather conditions. The flight has been canceled. I checked the later flights and found the earliest flight to Gangshang was 3 days away. I gave a bitter smile as my vision blurred. Was even leaving this hard? I instinctively reached into my pocket, then remembered the pen was in the drawer. I dragged my suitcase home. To my surprise, Bai Ningbing was standing in the living room. With her arms crossed, she sneered at me. Weren't you running away from home? Weren't you planning to move to another city after the divorce? Why did you come running back like a stray dog? I do not have any dog food for you. I remembered that Bai Ningbing and I were still linked. Through our identity details on the travel app, she could track me anytime. I did not answer. I simply crouched down to change my shoes. Then I noticed an extra pair of men's sneakers on the floor. I looked up at Bai Ningbing. Do we have a guest? Only after asking did I think of Wang Dateng. He clearly had no intention of letting go. Bai Ningbing was an only child and a corporate executive. She owned a car and a home. To Wang Dateng, she was the best possible choice. Even so, I still kept every detail I had on Wang Dateng. Even now, I still instinctively considered everything for Bai Ningbing. Loving her seemed to have become my instinct. Bai Ningbing gave a cold laugh. You are the guest here now. No. At most, you are a stray dog nobody wants. I headed for the bathroom, but Bai Ningbing stopped me. An Lan is using it. My hand paused on the doorknob. Then I went to the bedroom. I searched every drawer, but could not find the pen. Panic began to rise in me. Just then, the bathroom door opened. Wang Dateng came out wrapped in a bath towel. He wrapped his arms around Bai Ningbing from behind. They kissed passionately right in front of me. I stood frozen in place. Though I pretended to be over it, my heart still ached. 10 years of secret love. 7 years of tears. In the end, I still could not truly let go. My voice caught in my throat. Bai Ningbing, where is my pen? Bai Ningbing said nothing, but Wang Dateng picked it up from the table. His tone was faintly surprised. This is your pen, Fang. I tried it several times, but it would not write. It is out of ink. Here, I will give it back. Catch. Just as I reached for it, Wang Dateng threw the pen onto the floor. I instinctively shoved Wang Dateng away, but I was still too late. The back of Wang Dateng's head struck the corner of the wall. He looked remorseful. Sorry, Fang. My hand slipped. If pushing me makes you feel better, that is fine. Looking at the shattered pen on the floor, the last shred of my hope completely vanished. Bai Ningbing anxiously checked Wang Dateng's head. Her voice was tense. Are you okay, An Lan? Fang Yuan, are you insane? She violently shoved me to the floor, her voice icy. It is just some worthless pen that has been sitting around for ages. Why do you care so much? And you dared to shove Wang Dateng. My gaze shook, and my eyes turned bloodshot. My vision grew blurrier and blurrier. Even my hands began to shake. When the pen broke, a note fell out. Bai Ningbing noticed and snatched up the note. She found my familiar handwriting inside. It read, Bai Ningbing, I like you. Bai Ningbing suddenly remembered. This was the pen I gave her when we graduated high school. For years afterward, she mocked me, saying I had given her a pen that could not write. Only now were my secret and my feelings revealed to the world in this way. Bai Ningbing went pale. Even she did not notice her voice trembling. You kept this note hidden inside this pen all along? I gave a bitter smile. Bai Ningbing knew only that her love for An Lan ran bone deep. She never knew that my love for her had become part of my flesh and blood, impossible to tear away. My voice was hoarse. Yes, but you never opened it. Now that you have, it is time for everything to end. Bai Ningbing wanted to say something else, but Wang Dateng clutched his head and groaned in pain. Bai Ningbing, come to the hospital with me. I think I have a concussion. Bai Ningbing immediately looked away from me. Then, panicked, she rushed out with Wang Dateng. Before leaving, she glared at me through gritted teeth. 7 years ago, you killed An Lan. Now you have attacked Wang Dateng too. How can you be so vicious? Why did you come back? Why are you not dead yet? The door slammed shut. Once again, I was alone in the whole world. I picked up the note, smiling through tears. More than a decade of devotion had finally become tears. I smiled in relief. My final 3 tears carried away my love, hatred, and obsession. I tore the note to pieces, then murmured to myself, do not worry. I will never come back again. After I removed all personal details linked to Bai Ningbing and canceled every linked account, I received a message from Wang Dateng. Fang Yuan, our deal is over. You are leaving anyway, so do not show up again. You saw it yourself. She does not care about you at all. She is ice-cold toward you. But with me, she gives me anything I ask for. I watched the video Wang Dateng sent. Bai Ningbing was tending to him the entire time. Not only was he staying in the finest private hospital room, even the fruit on his plate had been peeled and cut into pieces by Bai Ningbing. In my memories, Bai Ningbing had not always hated me so much. When we were children, Bai Ningbing followed me all around our neighborhood. The courtyard was filled with pinwheels we had hung everywhere. Whenever the wind blew, the colorful pinwheels kept spinning. Bai Ningbing and I sat beneath the tree. I played guitar, and she sang. Before we knew it, 10 years had slipped away. Later, when the pandemic became severe, I caught the virus and was stranded at school. Medicine was in short supply. Bai Ningbing signed up as a volunteer, then traveled a great distance to reach me. I still remember it vividly. Wrapped head to toe in protective gear, Bai Ningbing had only her eyes visible. During my COVID test, Bai Ningbing and I held each other's gaze for a long time. Her voice caught. You are okay. Bai Ningbing stuffed all the medicine and masks she had prepared into my hands. Separated by a barrier, we clasped each other's hands tightly. She stayed with me until I recovered. Bai Ningbing was also the one who took me home. That day, she said nothing, her eyes only slightly red. Come on, let's go home. Those words became my obsession for 17 years. In my only moment of courage, I gave her that pen that would never write, but she never opened it. I slumped against the wall. I am leaving today. Just remember this. If you hurt Bai Ningbing, our deal will be exposed. Wang Dateng never replied. Soon, Bai Ningbing called. Her voice was as cold as ever. Get to the hospital right now and apologize to Wang Dateng. You have 10 minutes. As I stepped into the boarding bridge, my voice was weary. Sorry, I cannot come. Bai Ningbing's breathing quickened. I had clearly made her furious. She wanted to curse at me, but noticed the muffled announcement in the background. What is that sound? Where are you? I gave a quiet laugh. I am going where I should be. After I hung up on Bai Ningbing, Shang Xinci immediately called me. Are you really leaving? Can you truly accept that? My gaze dimmed. Can I accept it? It was because I could not, that I endured 7 years of torment and resentment. I should have let go long ago. Shang Xinci continued. What about the truth regarding An Lan? Will you hide that forever too? My gaze unfocused as a suffocating tide crashed over me, rising over my mouth and nose. 7 years ago, he used Bai Ningbing's intimate photos to blackmail me into secretly sending him money. During our argument, he forced my head beneath the seawater. As my body fought back instinctively, I pushed An Lan down. Then I lost consciousness. When I woke up in the hospital, I learned there had been a discarded blade buried beneath the sand. It's sharp and had pierced An Lan's carotid artery. He died despite resuscitation. 7 years ago, the police and I had already told Bai Ningbing, but I hid the fact that An Lan had blackmailed me with those photos. I was afraid she could not bear it. When I finished, my voice was hoarse. She will not believe me, because I later learned that before he died, An Lan gripped Bai Ningbing's hand with his bloodied one. He said, Fang Yuan planned it all. Bai Ningbing made tormenting me and avenging An Lan her life's obsession. How could she ever waver? As I prepared to say goodbye, Bai Ningbing's shrill voice sounded from the other end of the call, followed by something crashing to the floor. I realized Shang Xinci was with Bai Ningbing and Wang Dateng. She had deliberately drawn the truth out of me. Bai Ningbing snatched the phone, her voice rushed and trembling. What did you say? Explain yourself. What proof do you have? Then a flight attendant reminded me. Sir, please turn off your phone. Facing Bai Ningbing's hysteria, I decided to end this once and for all. Have you not been topping up An Lan's phone for the past 7 years? Log into An Lan's cloud account. Then you will learn the truth. Once aboard, the plane was buffeted by turbulence. It felt as though the plane was losing control, veering off course and dropping. Many passengers had gone from panic to despair. Many began handwriting their final letters. They typed what they wanted to say to their families and loved ones. Others wrote their names on visible parts of their bodies, hoping their families could identify their remains after death. Only I seemed completely out of place. I felt no panic, only an unnatural calm. I had no one to say goodbye to, and no one would claim my remains. If Bai Ningbing learned I had died, she probably would not care at all. Meanwhile, Bai Ningbing discovered Fang Yuan's phone could not be reached. The panic in her heart left her struggling to breathe. Remembering Fang Yuan's words, Bai Ningbing immediately used An Lan's number to log into his cloud account. Then those unbearable photos appeared. At last, Bai Ningbing's tightly wound nerves snapped. Why? Why did you do this to me, An Lan? Bai Ningbing smashed the tablet to pieces. She was hysterical, like a madwoman. Wang Dateng was frightened. Shang Xinci had suddenly come to the hospital room, saying she would make Bai Ningbing regret everything she had done to Fang Yuan. At first, Bai Ningbing had only sneered dismissively. Wang Dateng had not cared either. Their prejudice and disgust weighed on their hearts like a mountain. A few words from one person could never change that. Who could have expected there was more to what happened back then? Wang Dateng now hated Fang Yuan to the core. Wang Dateng tentatively patted Bai Ningbing's shoulder. Bai Ningbing, do not be upset. You still have me. I truly mean it. Bai Ningbing looked up, her eyes bloodshot. She stared at Wang Dateng's face. Her confusion turned to anger, then hatred. Bai Ningbing raised her hand and slapped Wang Dateng hard. Get out. The sight of your face makes me sick. Wang Dateng panicked. He scrambled out of the hospital room. Shang Xinci had stood there all along, her expression cold. As she prepared to leave, Bai Ningbing clutched Shang Xinci's pant leg as though it were a lifeline. Bai Ningbing no longer had her former arrogance. She was utterly fragile, on the verge of collapse. Shang Xinci, you know where Fang Yuan went, do you not? Tell me, I need to find him. Shang Xinci crouched down, her gaze complicated. Both Bai Ningbing and Fang Yuan were her friends. She could not bear to hurt either of them. But Bai Ningbing had gone too far. For 7 years, everyone, including her, had believed Bai Ningbing and Fang Yuan were happy together. No one expected Bai Ningbing had never forgotten An Lan. She had even treated Fang Yuan as her enemy. So in this marriage, what had Fang Yuan endured? To turn someone so sunny into a shadow of himself, until he finally chose to leave the girl he had loved for years. It was not hard to imagine. Shang Xinci spoke slowly. Tell me, Fang Yuan has a scar on his arm. He said he accidentally burned himself. Is that true? Bai Ningbing's throat tightened as she struggled to speak. He made a candlelit dinner for our wedding anniversary, but it was also An Lan's death anniversary. So I knocked over the food and candles. The candles burned his hand. Shang Xinci continued questioning her. Fang Yuan has claustrophobia. It had gotten much better. But last year, during a gathering, the elevator malfunctioned. He shook all over and passed out in terror. The doctor said his condition had worsened. Do you know why? Bai Ningbing closed her eyes. In agony, she bit her lower lip hard, until blood beaded at the corner of her mouth. She lowered her head in despair. I know. It was me. I knew he had claustrophobia, but I deliberately took him to a haunted house, then left him in there alone. When we went to the countryside to honor our ancestors, I locked him alone in an old house on the mountain. There were no lights, only endless darkness, and the cries of mountain birds. I only wanted him to feel the pain An Lan felt when he died. Shang Xinci never imagined Bai Ningbing had become this pathologically cruel to Fang Yuan. She rose at once, furious herself. Bai Ningbing, you only relied on Fang Yuan's love for you, to hurt him without restraint. Did you ever consider what would happen if something truly happened to him? After all you have done, do you think he would still want to see you? Bai Ningbing's face turned deathly pale. It was as though all strength had been drained from her body. Unable to contain herself any longer, she broke down in wrenching sobs. I know I was wrong. I only want to see him one more time. Let me make up for everything I did to him all these years. Shang Xinci wanted to say more, but suddenly saw an emergency news report on television. Flight 3U8802 has encountered an emergency. The captain cannot currently be reached. Bai Ningbing spoke urgently. She did not understand why Shang Xinci had fallen silent, staring at the report. Shang Xinci, please, give me a chance. Let me apologize to him in person, please. Shang Xinci swayed on her feet. There is no need. You may never get the chance again. The television kept repeating the news report, but its sound shot through Bai Ningbing like an electric current. Her whole body began to tremble uncontrollably. The color slowly drained from her face. Bai Ningbing stiffly turned to look at the news footage. Then she suddenly realized it. Fang Yuan had left today too. When I woke up, I saw a white ceiling. I instinctively moved my body and realized I was not dead. The moment I sat up, a nurse rushed over. She quickly pressed me back down. Do not get up. Do you not know you are in bad shape? If you keep moving around, I will have to put you back on N4. Embarrassed, I apologized softly, then obediently sat on the hospital bed. Though the nurse complained, her movements were careful and gentle. I could not help asking, after the plane accident, was I the only one who survived? The nurse shook her head as she pushed her cart. Everyone is fine. The plane only made an emergency landing in an open field. This is Quande Town. Many patients have already been discharged. You can have your family come pick you up too. While you were unconscious, we tried to contact your emergency contact, but no one answered. But one of your friends seems to care deeply about you. She should be on her way. I froze for a moment. When I unlocked my phone, I remembered that Bai Ningbing was still my emergency contact. Apart from the few calls the nurses had made, there was only the call logged from the accident. I never expected that at the brink of life and death, I would still call Bai Ningbing. But she never answered. I gave a self-mocking smile. Given An Lan's place in her heart, even if she knew the truth, Bai Ningbing would never blame him. Besides, she had Wang Dateng by her side, someone who would not upset her. My legs were still a little weak. The dizzying sensation of plummeting from the sky and the feeling of weightlessness made me retch. I bent over, nearly vomiting bile, when a pair of hands gently rubbed my back. My heart jolted. From the mud-caked shoes to the filthy, disheveled coat, my gaze finally reached her face. Shang Xinci looked frantic with worry. Sweat had plastered her hair to the sides of her face. She wiped away tears from her eyes and handed me a tissue. Once I came to my senses, I said, "Thank you." Before I could finish, Shang Xinci threw her arms tightly around me. Her body shook without stopping. She let out muffled sobs. Soon, my shoulder was soaked with tears. It was the first time I had ever seen Shang Xinci cry. She had always been so carefree, as if nothing in the world could trouble her. Shang Xinci cried for a long time. No matter how I comforted her, it did not help. I did not know what to do. After a long while, Shang Xinci finally stopped sobbing. Her eyes red, she stared at me. "Thank goodness. You are all right. Do not fly again. It is terrifying." I actually had so many questions. For instance, this town was 1,400 kilometers from Shang. How had she made it here? But looking at the mud covering her body, I no longer needed to ask. Shang Xinci had been a college friend of both Bai Ningbing and me. Later, we held similar positions at the company and competed fairly. She had always looked out for me. When Bai Ningbing falsely reported me, and I was blacklisted by the industry, Shang Xinci used every connection she had for me, going to companies large and small. After Bai Ningbing injured my right hand, even though I hid it well, she noticed right away. Only minutes after I got home, a delivery rider left ointment in the parcel locker on the first floor. Shang Xinci never knew that every misfortune I suffered had been caused by Bai Ningbing. She would only sigh often. Fang Yuan, why do terrible things always happen to you? You are such a good person. How can I possibly help you?" Later, Shang Xinci gave me a lucky stone. She said with a smile, "This can turn your luck around. It will bring you good fortune." But Bai Ningbing threw that stone into the neighborhood's artificial lake. That was one of the few times I argued with Bai Ningbing. Yet when Shang Xinci found out, she comforted me instead. "It is all right. I already gave you the luck." That stone had fulfilled its purpose too. Only later did I learn that she had obtained that stone by making devout prostrations in the Tibetan region, enduring the agony of thin air to obtain it. She also did not know that when Bai Ningbing locked me in a small, dark room in the mountains, I called so many people. It was already 3 in the morning. No one answered except her. I was cold and starving, yet burning up with fever. The terror of being trapped in that confined space left me weak all over. I could not even form a complete sentence. But Shang Xinci never hung up. She kept talking, and listening to her voice. I made it through my darkest moment. Memories came flooding back, and I realized how many favors I owed Shang Xinci. Shang Xinci washed some fruit for me. After cutting it up, she cautiously asked, "Bai Ningbing is very worried about you. I have not been able to reach her lately. News of the plane landing in Quande town should be out by now. Do you want to find her?" The thought of Bai Ningbing left my emotions in turmoil. After a long silence, I said helplessly, "Once I find her and make sure she is safe, it will be completely over between us." Shang Xinci lifted her head as the wind billowed the white curtains. Her eyes shone like stars. "What about me? Do I have a chance?" I did not answer Shang Xinci. She acted as though she had forgotten what she asked. We returned to how things had been before. After confirming Bai Ningbing's route, Shang Xinci and I entered a wooded mountain area. There was no cell signal here. If Bai Ningbing was trapped here, she could easily face hypothermia and starvation. When we arrived, we found Bai Ningbing building a fire inside a cave. The instant she heard footsteps, Bai Ningbing startled like a frightened bird. But when she saw my face clearly, her eyes slowly filled with tears. Bai Ningbing ran to me and threw herself into my arms. Shang Xinci turned away and stood guard at the cave entrance. I looked back at Shang Xinci's retreating figure, and an inexplicable ache rose in my heart. Bai Ningbing reached for my face with trembling hands. Her voice was hoarse from crying. "I finally found you. I know the truth now. Why did you not tell me? We should never have hurt each other like this. If I had known sooner, maybe we would already have a happy family." I pushed Bai Ningbing away and slowly lowered her hands. "Bai Ningbing, I told you the truth 7 years ago. I hid the photographs then, because you had just lost An Lan, and I feared you could not bear another blow. Later, I did not tell you because there was no point. You never believed me. You only believed in Lan's dying words. Nothing I said would have mattered. Even if you saw the photographs, you would only think I had fabricated them. The only reason you are willing to believe me now is because you realized I truly could leave you at any moment. You realized that after 7 years, the shadow cast by An Lan's death has gradually faded, and you have a perfect stand-in by your side. Someone who lets you cling to the past. That is why, only now, are you willing to believe what I say. But for these past 7 years, for 7 years, I gave everything I had to pull you out of that darkness. I willingly paid the price of letting you hate me and hurt me, so you could finally recover. But I have been hurt beyond repair. I am tired. I cannot keep going anymore." Bai Ningbing grabbed my hand in panic. She pressed it against her face. Scalding tears streamed over the back of my hand. Bai Ningbing choked back sobs. "I swear, I will never hurt you again. Over these 7 years, I fell for you countless times, but hatred blinded me every time. I tortured you, but I was suffering too. Now the truth is out. Let us start over. Can we give each other a chance? As for Wang Dateng, I have already driven him away. You do not need to worry about him. From now on, I will have nothing to do with him ever again." A weary, mocking look crossed my face. "Bai Ningbing, do you know who brought Wang Dateng into your life? Have you never wondered whether Wang Dateng's appearance was far too coincidental?" Bai Ningbing's grip on my hand went slack, until her hand fell away. Her pupils contracted. Her clear, bright eyes dimmed. I closed and step by step as Bai Ningbing stumbled backward, until she had nowhere left to go. Her face went deathly pale, her lips quivering as though she wanted to speak. I did not stop. Instead, a cruel smile appeared on my face. I said, word by word, "Because I was the one who found Wang Dateng. I turned him into the perfect substitute, then gave him to you as a gift. I knew I could not ask you for a divorce, and that you would not let me go. So, I used Wang Dateng to make you ask for the divorce yourself. By the way, Bai Ningbing, today is July 19th. I forgot to tell you. Bai Ningbing, 7 years today. Happy anniversary." I turned and walked away without looking back. Bai Ningbing let out a heartbroken wail. She had found what she lost, only to lose it again. Only Bai Ningbing understood that kind of despair. My smile slowly froze, then vanished. "Bai Ningbing, you hurt me for 7 years. I deceived you once. I will be generous. That makes us even. I hope neither of us owes the other anything now." As I left the cave entrance, I had already called for rescue. Shang Xinci followed silently behind me. I stopped and gave a self-mocking smile. "You heard all of it, did you not? Do you think I am cruel? I deliberately sent a substitute to my own wife, to force her to divorce me. You must think I am a madman now, do you not?" Shang Xinci hugged me from behind. Her warmth thawed my icy limbs. My heart, once covered in frost, began to beat again. Shang Xinci's voice was muffled. You never had a choice. In that instant, the empty space in my heart, suddenly, seemed to fill with color. She understood that I had no choice. Back then, I could not refuse Bai Ningbing's parents' request. Even knowing Bai Ningbing would hate me, I could only appear before her again and again. Because I loved her. I had no choice. I could only stay by her side. My blind obsession, wrapped Bai Ningbing and me in invisible iron chains. Even after I decided to give up, I still could not bring myself to ask for a divorce. So I could only use Wang Dateng to force Bai Ningbing to ask for one. I was also forcing myself to let go and give up completely. No one knew that when I personally sent Wang Dateng to Bai Ningbing, I broke down so completely that I nearly wanted to tear myself apart. I watched Bai Ningbing stare blankly at Wang Dateng's face. I watched her chase after him desperately to ask for his contact information. I watched her begin leaving early, coming home late, and taking frequent business trips. I watched Wang Dateng constantly report his progress, until the day they crossed the line. My pride and my love shattered completely. I suddenly felt exhausted, all strength draining from my body. Xinci carried me down the mountain steps, struggling with every step. Watching her, the scene suddenly felt familiar. Why does it feel like you have carried me on your back before? Xinci answered with effort. When you passed out in the elevator, I carried you down the stairs, one step at a time. We could not get a cab, so I carried you to the hospital. They wanted to help, but I would not let them. Back then, I only trusted myself. I did not want to leave you with anyone else, and I did not want to stop. For every step I slowed down, you were one step closer to danger. My nose stung, and my vision blurred. Tears kept falling. Thankfully, a light rain began to patter down, so she could not tell whether tears were falling onto the back of her neck or the rain. After we returned, I fell seriously ill. Xinci cared for me for a week. When I woke up, she waved at me. Her smile was as bright as ever, but the hand gripping her suitcase trembled faintly. I am leaving. Get some proper rest. My flight is today. I am taking a position at the company's Italy office. Maybe we will never meet again. Is there anything you want to say to me? I thought for a long time. Time seemed to freeze. After a long silence, I forced a smile. Ben, I wish you a safe journey. Xinci's expression stiffened for a moment. She forced the corners of her mouth up. All right, then, I wish you happiness. I did not understand what Xinci meant. Not until I heard the wind rustling outside the window. When I got up, I saw the yard full of spinning pinwheels. They came in every color, vivid in the sunlight, and Bai Ningbing stood there. Her long black hair blew in the wind. Her face looked haggard. The moment our eyes met, she gave me a gentle smile. After Xinci left, I walked into the yard. My memories blurred. It felt as if I had returned to 17 years ago. Bai Ningbing took my hand and sat beneath the tree with me. She handed me that pen. Though it had been repaired, cracks still marked its surface. Here, Fang Yuan, it is yours again. Let us pretend none of this ever began. I am the one who wronged you. I will make it up to you. I tightened my grip on the cold pen in my palm and smiled indifferently. It is all in the past. From now on, may we both be well. After several seconds of silence, Bai Ningbing looked wistful and lost. Watching the pinwheels turn in the wind, she gave a bitter laugh. A pinwheel spends its whole life waiting for the wind. But when the wind finally rises, we have already gone our separate ways. Cherish Xinci. I can feel it. Her feelings for you run deeper than mine. The happiness I owe you, let her give it to you. My chest felt tight as I stood and walked away. When I wanted to look back, Bai Ningbing spoke. Do not look back. I am afraid I will regret it. You were always the one watching me leave. This time, let me watch you go. My hesitant, heavy steps gradually quickened. When I imagined Xinci gone, and the empty, uneventful rest of my life, I moved faster and faster, my breathing turning ragged. When I ran to the airport, I discovered the earliest available international flight had already departed. I sank into a seat in the departure lounge. Xinci's face filled my mind. Every joy, anger, sorrow, and delight stabbed into my mind like countless needles. A hand tapped my shoulder, and I jerked my head up. I met Xinci's smiling eyes. Xinci smiled and said, "Go in my way." With tears in my eyes, I nodded. "I am going your way." Xinci tapped my head. "I have not even said where I am going, and you are already saying you are going my way." I could not help smiling with relief. I pulled Xinci into a tight embrace. "No matter where you go, I am going your way." Xinci hugged me. She tossed the plane ticket onto the floor. As dusk approached, I took Shang Xinci's hand. Our shadows stretched longer